that's where we're going today. So I need to somehow make it through this entire boulder field.
Today we're going to summit Mount Goode in the Eastern Sierras just outside Bishop, California. This hike is 10 miles round trip with 3,400 feet of elevation gain, and it's going to require Class 2 to Class 3 rock scramble.
All right, so we have made it to the parking lot. As you can see, there's the map, there's the start of the trail. These views right here always get me every time I do this hike. Waterfalls from a distance, as you can see, but this lake alone right here is probably like a mile long. As you can see, we're now in the John Muir Wilderness, so we're going to continue on. We're close to a mile into the hike, so we got maybe about 4.3 miles left to reach our destination. I'll definitely come back for Treasure Lakes, but for now we're gonna go up here. We'll say though, I like this part of the hike is it's really flat. So it's gonna be like this temporarily, and then we're gonna gain some elevation again. So when you're doing this hike and you're going up through Bishop Pass, you're always gonna see this meadow right here behind me. So this is the spot where bears usually hang out most of the time, but you're not always gonna see them. It's very rare you'll see them. So there's a trail to the side, which will take you to Mary Louise Lakes. Definitely a good way to end the hike. Right, so we should be approaching Long Lake in just a bit. So that down there is Herd Lake, and just above Herd Lake is Herd Peak. All right, so that up there is Chocolate Peak, and down there will take you to Chocolate Lakes. And I have a video on Chocolate Lakes if you want to check that out as well. So right before you get to Long Lake, you're gonna see this. This right here is Bull Lake. So it's almost like a pond. It's really small, but it's a really neat little lake to get in. It looks like it's shallow enough to swim in. So behind me is Long Lake. And there's a reason why they call it Long Lake, and you're about to find out right now. Gotta cross this creek. It actually merges on into the lake, as you can see. But the reason why they call it Long Lake is because the lake goes really far. If I'm not mistaken, it's probably about a mile long, just like South Lake from the start of the hike. So we are on the final stretch of Long Lake. Yes, it indeed is a long lake. Now we're gonna head up past Bishop Lake and Saddle Rock Lake. So we are passing Spearhead Lake, which is one I forgot that was on this hike as well. Alright, so we are out of the tree line at this point in the hike, but we're already getting breathtaking views. And I took a picture from right there last year, just because I thought this was a really nice spot to get views. Alright, so this is Timberline Lake, and this is another one I forgot to mention. Good thing about this lake is they have this nice waterfall just pouring right into the lake, which keeps the lake filled up. So at this point in the hike, we have reached Saddle Rock Lake. And from here, we're supposed to get off the trail and go up this chute. So the chute looks to be right there. I'm not 100% sure, but that right there might be the peak. But we're gonna find out right now. Okay, so now, see this path? We're gonna shoot on this left side, and we're gonna get off the trail from there. And that's where we're gonna go up the mountain. All right, so there's this sort of like man-made path, I think. But up into that point up there is gonna take us off. And right now I'm sitting at about 11,200 feet. And I got about 1.1 miles left. So there's this like little stone house. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna go ahead and check it out right now. But it looks to be locked. So whatever this thing is, it's right next to this lake. Somehow, I gotta figure out how to go through all this to get up there. So from here, it's probably maybe about 1,700 feet of elevation gain. So that right there with that rock right there, I think that might be the peak. So that over there is Bishop Pass. So you go over that ridge and the trail will continue on, and you could do, I think it's called Mount Agassiz. And it's another 13 that maybe one day I'll come and check out. But for now, we're gonna have to figure out how to get up here. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to climb over these rocks to get to where the chute is at. This is gonna be maybe some basic class 2 rock scramble. So I need to somehow make it through this entire boulder field, because somewhere up there is the summit. So I just made it through that boulder field, but I think I still have another 1,000 feet to go, or maybe even a little bit more to get up there. Look at all this right here behind me. All the Sierra Nevadas. The west portion be that way, east portion this way. All right, so I had to climb up all these rocks right here, go through all of that, just to know that I have about maybe 200 feet left in the hike. It's not even the length that I have left, it's the elevation that I have left that gets you. So close, yet so far. Gotta climb up this somehow. You won't believe it, I did it. All right, we have made it to the top of the mountain. 13,092 feet high. So what you're gonna see from the top of this mountain is you're gonna see all of these lakes right here. I think that's South Lake. I think that's Bishop Lake down there. That's Long Lake. I mean, you could see all of it from here. I'm gonna go to the other side. This side of the mountain range Of course, you got these massive cliff drop-offs. Don't stand too close to the edge, you'll get hurt. And you got just this breathtaking scenery. And what's different about the Sierra Nevadas, or the Eastern Sierras, also known as the High Sierras, is that it is a true alpine environment. Meaning, once you're above the tree line, the snow will stay there like year-round. And there's something special about being able to climb a 13er or a 14er, and to be able to summit a 13er even. You know, to me, this is like my biggest accomplishment in terms of hiking mountains is climbing this mountain. So this mountain is called Mount Goode, and if you're looking to venture off of class 1 into class 2, this would probably be a good one. I'm not going to mess with any class 4, any class 5, and for your own safety, I would suggest not doing those, but do so at your own risk. But honestly, the views up here are just amazing. Down there, you're going to see Bishop, which is where I had to stay the night last night. Right there is Chocolate Peak. And Chocolate Peak is actually the same height as San Gorgonio. Just imagine San Gorgonio sitting right there. It would be just dwarfed by these massive 13ers and 14ers in the Eastern Sierras. The mountains would truly test you. You know, they're going to test you. They're going to test your strength, your endurance, your heart, everything that you stand for. And I believe the mountains are connected to us somehow, you know. It's a part of us. It's a part of life. And I believe that, much like life, there are the uphill battles that we deal with. And to me, that's what the mountains represent to me. And I believe there's a piece of my heart and my soul is in the mountains. Even though I get tired, I'm exhausted, for some reason, I always find myself coming back into the mountains. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.